Hardcore Mode is one of the hardest game modes ever in Tower Defense Simulator, and today we'll be beating it. Again. So TDS released a massive update adding a brand new evolution tower and reworking Hardcore Mode. And there's a lot of major changes coming from this game mode. So our goal for this video is to beat Hardcore Mode. So me and my brother are practically going to duo this game mode using the following towers. So I'm gonna be using Farm, Golden Soldier, Accelerator, Juggernaut, and Commander. While my brother used Golden Cowboy, Engineer, Minigunner, Ranger, and DJ. Our loadouts are specifically selected to counter several enemies with different immunities from different waves. Which means we have to fully strategically deploy our defenses to ensure the Yeah, we just use a strat, like this one that I found. We followed the steps but decided to tweak it a little because of our differing loadouts. Now that we're all set, it was time to beat Hardcore. We voted for Wretched Front because it was the easiest map out of all the 3 other maps. In the first wave, my brother will be going for the early defense while I'm out here farming. Though we did have to tank our base HP, it was okay because I was saving up for a Golden Soldier that can clear out the leaking enemies later. Though our base HP is getting lower, I can finally afford to place my Golden Soldier, while my brother continues to spam his Golden Cowboy so that he can gain some profits while dealing damage to the enemies. On wave 8, we finally encountered a brand new enemy called the Mandrake that when killed summons a bunch of enemies, but they were easily killed by our towers. After that, I upgraded my farm so I can get hidden detection on my Golden Soldier, because there are going to be some hidden enemies coming out. At wave 10, there were hidden enemies called Phantoms, but they weren't really an issue here since I already placed 2 Golden Soldiers, but these guys aren't in their full potential yet. Luckily, these Golden Soldiers have potential because at wave 12 now has flying enemies, and good thing my Golden Soldiers have flying detection, so it was all good. But then I told my brother to place an Engineer because there's going to be another enemy with a different immunity. At wave 14, we finally get to see the lead enemies. They can't be damaged unless the tower has lead penetration, so good thing my brother places Engineer earlier, which has lead penetration, or else we would be dealing no damage to these guys. My brother also plays a DJ so our tower's range can be boosted, but DJ also has other buffs that are necessary for this challenge. I continued farming, then at wave 16 an elite lead has spawned, a tanky version of the lead enemy. I was low-key scared here thinking that we would leak this guy, but the damage buff from the DJ clutched here, and also a 3rd engineer was also placed. Then the next wave came by and now mystery enemies has spawned, which means RNG, which means trouble. They weren't an issue here, but they will be an issue in the later waves. Commander told us that there was going to be a big ass enemy at this wave, so good thing I have enough cash to afford an accelerator, so yeah. This guy can deal a lot of damage, so it was necessary to kill the boss quicker. Once the boss has spawned, we fucking fumbled. Yeah, we couldn't deal enough damage to that guy and lost. But my brother said, "Fuck no!" and decides to bring us back from the dead by pulling his revive ticket up his ass and bringing us back to wave 19. Luckily, I was able to afford a level 2 accelerator, which was absolutely necessary to kill that boss. But thank God we killed him. I placed my Teto Commander to boost our tower's fire rate since we want to kill these enemies quicker. This is just a skin that I got from a battle pass though, like yeah, it was worth the grind. Anyways, I continued upgrading my farms and my brother upgraded his Golden Cowboys. Then we also have the Voidling enemy, which is just a free money bag for us. Though it was only one of them, there's practically going to be a lot of these guys later on. I upgraded my accelerator to level 3 so we can kill the Void Reaper faster. And you know about those phantoms I talked about earlier? Yeah, they got bigger now. But there's only one of them though. They may be tanky than normal, but it was manageable. At wave 24, it was just basically a free money wave, giving us the opportunity to upgrade our eco so we can place our more stronger towers in the later waves. At wave 25, this happened.
Yeah, those phantoms from before, there's now 3 of them.
There's 3 of them!
2-5. Yeah, there's now 3 elite phantoms. But before the Hardcore Rework, these motherfuckers have some of the scariest shit in Hardcore. Wave 25 was infamous for having 3 speeding shadow bosses. If you don't have a strong DPS with hidden detection, you're practically cooked. But now they no longer move like King Von does in the rework. Manageable, but still. Wave 26 is where the secret 8-handle divergence Divine General Mandragora comes out, having a built-in adaptation through regeneration. But then the next wave came by fast and now we got to deal with these Void Rushers and Mahoraga himself. But that gave me an opportunity to use my own cursed technique.
Cursed technique. Evolved Juggernaut. This is the pinnacle of evolution, an absolute unit that descended as a minigunner to now being the strongest tower in TDS history. The Juggernaut can deal a whopping 2000 DPS at max, while also having 2 paths to upgrade from, either by fortifying your towers or dealing massive damage to bosses. No tower has ever been this strong as the Juggernaut, with the sole exception of Accelerator.
Yeah, this guy is truly a beast in this game. Though the Void Rushers pushed through, my Accelerator and Juggernaut killed them before they got out of reach. After that, the Mandragora may have adapted to our defense, but it couldn't adapt from the power of friendship of Axel and Juggernaut. But there was going to be another looming threat to deal with later, so I focused on getting top path Juggernaut and my brother getting level 5 engineers. At wave 30, we got another boss being the Void Titan, but he got shredded by our defenses. Wave 31 is where we get to see these Void Floaters. Like, these guys are extremely tanky. Like, they kind of feel tanky because only a few towers have flying detection, but I have to make a risky move to skip the wave, giving me just enough cash to upgrade my Juggernaut, giving him flying detection. My brother clutched with his DJ discount, making me upgrade my Juggernaut to level 5. After that, my brother set his DJ to red, which gives the towers a damage buff, but he also maxed out his DJ after. But since I skipped the wave, it was gonna get worse from here. I quickly placed a second accelerator to help out clear the enemies quicker, but the elite mysteries managed to push through our defenses. Luckily, my brother placed his ranges, which is an extremely huge range with big damage, but with my Juggernaut's massive damage and with the help of my bros rangers, we managed to clear that wave. Hopefully we don't leak out enemies again. Then we got to wave 33 where the Void Brute comes out. The boss wasn't an issue here, only the enemies that keep pushing for our defenses were an issue though, but my Juggernaut always comes in clutch. Even though the Void Brute got out most from our defenses, luckily this guy doesn't have a bullshit summoning ability, so he died from death. Our defense got stronger from here, and at wave 36 now we have to deal with the Void Keeper. Unlike the other mini bosses that we dealt with, this guy has a bullshit ability to summon enemies. But once all the enemies were cleared out, it was time to kill the Void Keeper.
Oh, brother, this guy
Alright, it seems we made a big beefsteak here, so I just annually just set my Juggernaut to strongest and upgraded my commanders to max so I can summon these APCs. But I was a bit nervous here, thinking that we aren't gonna deal enough damage to the boss, and I was right. It pushed through our defenses and then he started to summon a bunch of enemies, but my Juggernaut and my brother's rangers finally killed the boss. Wave 37 is where we get to see the Slow Kings. These guys are quite tanky because of their shields, but they aren't that slow though. Wave 38 came by and I decided to place my golden soldiers as bait, just to make sure that our main damage dealing towers won't get stunned. But this is where we get to see the Void Cultist, which heals enemies in a long range, but by setting my Juggernaut's targeting to last, he was easily dealt with. Wave 39 is where we get to see the Speedy King, so upon death leaves a circular aura that boosts the nearby enemies inside its range, which can be lethal if it stacks. Then a brand new boss came out at wave 14, it's the Vindicator, which throws his hammers at my bait. I set my Juggernaut's targeting to strongest to kill him much quicker, but looking at these enemies here, I quickly set my Juggernaut to first. After most of the enemies were killed, the Speedy Kings managed to boost the Vindicator's movement speed, but he was quickly killed. After that, I finally maxed out my top path Juggernaut, and then we proceed to upgrade more of our towers. But wave 24 surprised us since there were a bunch of Slow Kings, this wizard enemy, and a bunch of elite souls. The best way to describe this wave itself is just chaotic. And also, the wizard enemy summons a portal, which then summons a bunch of voidlings. That's pretty scary. Then the Vindicator came back with another guy, the Void Swordmaster, which honestly has a lot of aura than his previous counterpart. Even though he has like 350,000 HP, our towers are actually dealing a lot of damage to the guy. But my observation hockey noticed that there were some Void Cultists from the back, so I let my Juggernaut shred the 2 Void Cultists. After that, the Void Swordmaster got shredded. Since I got a few taxpayer dollars left in my pocket, I placed my golden soldiers at my back and maxed them, because even though our defense is strong, there's a chance that we might leak, so better safe than sorry here. My brother also placed down his minigunners at the front to deal more damage at the front line, but the both of us were slightly lagging at this point, and also there was just a bunch of voidling spams, which is scary to be honest, but they all died anyways. And after that, it was the final wave.
V, this might be my last message. It's either we're making it out of here or we don't. Whatever the outcome might be, just know we're making them earn it. Wait, what is that?
From the commander's reaction alone, this was our last stand against the Void. With all of our towers at max and everything that we went through to get this far, it was finally time to face the Void Reaver. Reaper is finally calling my name. This is going to be the last ever video in this channel. Maybe, probably, but I'll be busy doing other stuff that are a priority for me. Though I did partially succeed in growing this channel, I think content creation isn't really my gig here. So yeah, this might be the end for the Nachorality channel, y'all. And thank you for watching until the end. Goodbye, y'all.